Hello everyone, and welcome to a new, I guess, Let's Play for the time being. I don't expect it to be super long, but it is the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War, as you can see, brothers versus brothers, and we obviously are going to be playing as the Union States campaign, obviously the most interesting campaign out there. And our goal, as the Union, obviously, is to unite the Union under one flag, one banner, one soul. So, here we go. We'll play on normal. Start with 10 starting regions. Obviously, we are the Union, so our president is Abraham Lincoln. So let's get to it. So I've seen this mod before, I've played it before, I've never recorded it though. And I figured, hey, there's a huge gap in the channel when it comes to videos right now, because I haven't played Attila in a while, and I'm really bored of Attila. And, you know, I've been thinking about what other games can I play. I was like, let's look at Empire again, because of all the fun games, Empire's definitely one of them. Let me, options, game settings. Done. Beautiful. Okay, so. It is 1861, I guess it's early 1861. Still winter. The South has seceded already. But formal declaration of hostilities has yet to been declared. And the first thing I'm going to do, Mexico, the first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is talk to all the other powers of the world and get some trade with them. And this will just help my monetary income during the war. No, I'm not giving you Maryland. And Spain, or this is the Dutch. Mexico. There we go. There we go. Military alliance with Mexico. So now we have a shit ton of things to upgrade. Also, I like how they changed the wagons to trains. It's a nice touch. I like it. As right as it should be. Our capital is Philadelphia for some reason, and not Washington D.C. But whatever. You know, I suppose that's fine. Considering that the Confederacy will never get past Gettysburg in the north. So we're just gonna, I'm just upgrading minor things that'll improve income. We'll be able to produce far more. And a lot of that's fur traders and stuff like that. I think other things are like farms and mines. Get that infrastructure rolling to fight a war. There we go, some barracks. Rochester, New York, yep. Let's get some more mines. Some more fur trapping operations. There's a lot of like farms. Tobacco, sure. There we go. Alright, cool. So, I think... yeah, I think we'll end our turn. We're not going to get an army yet. So, Jefferson Davis is giving me an offer. He wants Kentucky, Kansas, and Maryland for New Mexico. They're going to be giving me some land. Obviously, I'm not going to accept this. And obviously, we built a bunch of stuff. Always good. Oops. There we go. So I can build soldiers here. Yes. So let's see here. We're gonna get George McClellan here with some Union infantry. We're gonna recruit them. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and Boston. We're gonna get some Zouaves and some Union volunteer infantry, and we're also gonna get some Union cav. That way, you know. That way we're all set. And let's take a look at the territories here. We obviously have a lot of the territories under our control because we're the real government, the U.S. So we have the Kansas territory. We have the Nebraska territory, all the way up here in Yukon. And we have Iowa and the Minnesota territories. So we have large swaths of land out to the west. But the main war is going to be fought in Virginia. And we're going to accept the trade agreement for the time being. They've also given us money. The Dutch want a military alliance. I'll ally with the Dutch. So, February of 1861, the South secedes. So, there you go. Abraham Lincoln is elected president. Now, Union is elected president in April. He will not be inaugurated until March of 1861. So, the world, or America, is gearing for war with itself. We're obviously going to the State House in D.C. The army here is going to need some cannons, and we're going to need some horse to back up our infantry. So I think in Boston, we're gonna get Winfield S. Hancock with some Union regulars and some Union volunteers. This force is gonna march to Springfield, Massachusetts, and they're gonna sit pretty there as we upgrade our trade ports and infrastructure. God, playing Empire again is so weird after playing the other games, because the other games fixed everything that Empire had wrong. So, like, moving with the mouse is far easier in the new games than it is in this game. Look at Chicago. Chicago was just an outpost. And for some reason, the Dutch now own Upper Texas. Look at that, there's a fur trader up here. Moosehorn? That's what's called, Moosehorn. The British have a regiment up there. Alright, the Confederates have built some small militia forces, it looks like. And they'll probably do nothing. I doubt that the Confederacy would ever declare war on us. Sarcastically. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so the South creates a government. So the South secedes, it creates a government in late February. Robert E. Lee is appointed General of the Army of Northern Virginia, and the Confederate Civil Service is created. And they create the Department of State, the Confederate Department of the Treasury, the War Department, and the Department of the Navy. Confederate War Department. I like how in modern days we don't have a Secretary of War, although we totally do. He's just known as the Secretary of Defense now. He or she. I don't even know who the Secretary of Defense is. But that's the Secretary of War. It's the same thing. So let's see what we get. State House. Let's do a military encampment in Albany. And we're gonna take this army. The Army of Irwin McDowell. I think that's who this is. Or this is Winfield S. Hancock. We're gonna march southward, hopefully to Washington. Now, I believe in real life, as the war began to break out, there were tons of militias that like formed. All of them started marching towards Washington in a hopes to defend the capital. So you had this like great influx of soldiers and people all converging on Washington at the beginning of the war to defend the capital. So that is kind of what we were doing. Damn Confederates. So there it is. The Confederate States have declared the war on us. So they have seized Fort Sumter and have declared war upon this great union. Slavery in the slave states. Uncle Tom's Cabin. So I guess Uncle Tom's Cabin becomes popular during the beginning of the war. So we have a sizable army here, holding Washington.
At the ready.
We have another army that's coming down from Boston that should be able to assist us. But, for the time being, we're going to recruit an army in St. Louis, Missouri, with the goal of seizing Jackson, Mississippi, as our primary goal at this point. And then, hopefully, seizing New Orleans. And that will, in turn, or in effect, will cut the Confederacy in half, allowing, oh, look at that, Santa Fe declared its independence. They gave it to Grand Columbia. We're gonna have to declare war on all the Americas to take all my stuff back. Damn the Confederacy. Giving away all the shit to our neighbors. How dare they? That is American soil. Also, I find it amusing that anyone that lives in the Americas, as in North and South Americas, they hate it when people in the United States say, we're American, and you're not. But they're like, we live on the American continent. Which is true. It's true. Technically, all of us are Americans, but I just find it funny. Just because we are the United States of America. I guess we're just declared, all of us are declared American. Alright, look at these rebels. Blocking the train routes out of Kentucky, and they're marching upon Washington. What? Is that a revolution? Hold on. They are. It's the Mexican Revolution. So these are, they're revolutionaries, but they're They're Republican revolutionaries. So they're trying to establish a republic in Mexico. And Mexico right now is a king. It's an absolute monarchy. Funny enough. That's hilarious. Good luck to them. So, we have a Confederate army under charge of James Longstreet. And Longstreet is probably my favorite Confederate general. He is a very defensive general. Master of the art of defense. And he has a sizable Confederate force marching on Washington. We're going to take George McClellan.
Ready and awaiting orders.
And we're going to attack him.
March!
Here it is. The first battle of Bull Run. Manassas. Alright, let's do it. They have Confederate cavalry. Our forces are pretty even. They have more infantry, it looks like. But we have more infantry. We also have more cannon than they do. But they have just as much cavalry as us. So this will be an interesting fight. So, if you don't know anything about the American Civil War, if you live outside the Americas, or outside the United States and don't know anything about the American Civil War, if you never were taught it, because it's not really important to European history, as it is. What's interesting about the American Civil War is, depending on what state you're from, by state I mean, actual state, you have a different name for that same battle. So I believe in the north, pretty sure it's in the north, where I live, I always refer to the first battle of the Civil War as Bull Run. And that's what it is, the Battle of Bull Run. I believe it was called that because of the creek that's nearby or something stupid like that. But the actual battlefield where it takes place is Manassas, Virginia. And that's the first battle of Manassas, is the first battle of the Civil War. But if you're from where I'm from, it's always going to be Bull Run. And in school, funny enough, the teachers accepted both answers. It was either Bull Run or Manassas. They accepted either one. That cannon line. Holy balls. Alright, how am I going to set up the cannons? Because I don't want to set them... Actually, I'm going to set the cannons up back here. And I think instead of taking the high ground, we're going to take the lower ground, so we have support of our artillery, and we'll fight up. I know that is not a good idea in army tactical sense, but as a game, marching up at the Confederates, yeah, and we're out of range of their cannons, so they have to come and fire upon us. So I only have 3 lines of Union infantry. They're all Union regulars, so they are the standing army of the United States. We have field howitzers. Looks like we have fired. They don't have the range, do they? Yeah, they don't have the range. We have our general right here, General George B. McClellan. I guess this is him because he's, I don't know. One of these guys is the general. They all look the same. And we have 2 regiments of U.S. Dragoons. And Dragoons can be dismounted and be used as infantry. What are you looking through, dude? So I think what we're gonna do, we have 2 huge units of Dragoons. I think what we're gonna do We're gonna leave one unit of dragoons in reserve. I think this unit. Because we need to get them in artillery range. Let's march forward with my army. Sounds like we're being fired upon. There's no one in range. They are barely in range. Let's do this. This is one of the only games where you get like the. It's really cool to get like the explosions and all that cool shit. I guess we move the guns up. Send the dragoons off the flanks. The dragoons are usually, especially during the Civil War. I don't know that there were many very like cavalry engagements. I didn't know if that was. I don't know if that's a thing. I can't think of any notable cavalry engagements at all, personally. I mean, they may well have happened. I just, I don't either know them or remember them. God, that's so cool. Alright. Dismount. Dismount the dragoons. Let's get them behind this wall. And they won't take cover from the other side of the wall. See? It's weird. I have to line them up. Like that. Oh, here goes the battle started. Don't do that. Unlimber. Where's my general? I don't see that area. So the fighting's begun. Shoot the cavalry. Quite the attack. Oh no, my cavalry's being attacked. Oh, here it comes. Union artillery. Kill the Confederate cavalry. It's a massacre. It's a massacre. Oh, it's a massacre. How's my cavalry actually doing? Not well, it looks like. Looks pretty even, actually. Like 90 to 90, 88 to 90. Order the artillery to open fire on the exposed Confederates. Quite the fight we got going here. That's pretty cool. Oh, rip. The game fucking crashed. Oh, look. The thing's still on screen. No. Alright, welcome back. Sorry about that. The game decided to crash. But we won. We won the battle of... the first battle of Manassas. But I think I'm going to end it here before the game freaks the fuck out and crashes some more. So... I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this first episode, please don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it quite a bit when we come back. Probably the Siege of Richmond. And then the Western Campaign. Shut up. Shut up, game. Anyway, thank you for watching once again. Until next time, stay tuned.